Rain hammered against the windows of the small community center in Millbrook, Ohio, as thunder rolled across the darkening sky. Inside, a parents' night potluck for the local elementary school was winding down, most families having already rushed home before the storm worsened. Only a handful of people remained, gathering leftover dishes and folding up chairs. Among them was Jason Miller, a single father raising his 7-year-old daughter, Lily. Ever since his wife had passed away 3 years earlier, he stood near the door, glancing anxiously at his phone, waiting for the rain to ease so he could get Lily home safely. Beside the snack table, wiping down surfaces, was Emily Carter, a single mother to her 6-year-old son, Noah, who had been raising him alone since her divorce 2 years prior. Their children, both waiting near the coat rack, had struck up a fast friendship earlier that evening over a shared love of dinosaurs, leaving Jason and Emily to make small talk while they waited out the worsening weather. "Looks like we might be here a while," Jason said, managing a tired smile as another crack of thunder shook the windows. "Seems that way." Emily laughed softly, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Noah's probably thrilled. He loves storms. Me, not so much." They ended up sitting together at one of the folding tables, sharing the last of the coffee from the community center's old percolator while their children colored dinosaur pictures nearby. Conversation came easily: job stress, parenting struggles, the exhaustion of doing it all alone. Jason talked about the quiet ache that still lingered from losing his wife, how he sometimes felt like he was failing Lily by not being able to give her a full family. Emily shared her own struggles adjusting to single motherhood, the loneliness of long evenings after Noah went to bed, and the guilt she still carried from her marriage falling apart. There was something comforting in speaking so honestly with someone who understood exactly what that kind of tiredness felt like, the kind that came not just from long workdays, but from carrying an entire family's weight alone. As the storm intensified outside, the power flickered and went out entirely, plunging the room into near darkness, except for the dim emergency lighting near the exits. Lily and Noah squealed with excitement rather than fear, delighted by the adventure of it all. WHILE. Jason found a few battery-powered lanterns in the center supply closet, sitting together in the soft lantern light, waiting for the storm to pass. Jason and Emily continued talking, their conversations slipping into something quieter, more personal. Jason admitted he hadn't felt this at ease with anyone since before his wife passed. Emily confessed she'd almost given up on the idea of ever trusting someone again, as another roll of thunder faded into the distance and the rain softened into a gentle patter against the windows. Jason reached over and gently took Emily's hand. "I know this might be sudden," he said quietly, "but I haven't felt this comfortable with someone in a long time." Emily smiled, her eyes glistening in the lantern light. "I feel it too." In that cute stormlit room, with their children distracted nearby, Jason leaned in and kissed her softly, a kiss that felt less like the start of something new and more like the quiet arrival of something they'd both been missing for a long time. When the power finally returned and the rain eased into a light drizzle, they gathered their children and walked out together into the cool night air, the storm having passed as quickly as it had arrived. Lily and Noah chattered excitedly about becoming storm friends, unaware of the far bigger connection that had formed between their parents that night. Over the following months, Jason and Emily continued seeing each other, carefully introducing their children to the idea of a blended family, taking things slow out of respect for what each of them and their kids had already been through. Lily and Noah grew inseparable, delighted at every opportunity to spend time together, while Jason and Emily built a relationship rooted in patience, honesty, and the shared understanding of what it meant to rebuild a life from hardship. A year after that stormy night, Jason proposed to Emily in the same community center where they'd first connected, surrounded by their children and close friends who had watched their relationship blossom. Lily and Noah stood proudly beside them as ring bearer and flower girl at their wedding the following spring, both thrilled to finally become a real family. Jason and Emily built a warm, loving home together, blending their families with the quiet strength of two people who understood, more than most, how precious a second chance at happiness truly was. They often told their children, half joking but wholly sincere, that the best things in life sometimes arrive in the middle of a storm. You just have to be brave enough to reach for the hand next to you.